So BimpeAI. So I actually want to demonstrate using the BimpeAI SDK to actually create agents. But first thing, what is BimpeAI? BimpeAI is an agent deployment and platform for no-code builders and developers to shape workflows and create agents and into real businesses and support payments. It supports a whole lot of integrations to support businesses, and it can be used on different channels or different platforms like WhatsApp, Instagram, web, voice, and many other platforms, and also SDK. So for now, I want to actually use the SDK platform of BimpeAI to actually test and also to create a use case. So this is the SDK, and the SDK supports TypeScript for now. Currently it supports TypeScript, which is JavaScript, and also Python. So but I will be using the Python. So first thing first, this is the dashboard for the no-code developers, and also I'll be using the SDK. So let's go to the real estate. So yes, I'll be working on real estate. So this is a real estate assistant agent that actually can be like a chatbot on an agent that actually have integrations like calendar to book with a if you want to talk to a real woman, and also have his own knowledge base for someone that is actually planning to get in the house, or based on the knowledge base we're giving the agent, just to speak with the customer directly. And if he needs a woman input, is definitely going to trigger an option that will go to the woman and notify the woman that it needs an input, and the woman can actually go ahead to continue the chat instead of a chatbot. So the person will not be chatting, because someone will not be chatting with the woman directly. So the first thing is, it's just a first point of contact for customer service in the real estate area, or in the real estate domain for a particular real estate company. Okay, so let me take you through this code. So the first thing is, after importing the dependencies and keeping my API key in my environment, definitely. So creating the client using my API key. Then the next thing is to create a workflow. These are just helper functions that help me in creating the workflow, which is not very hard. The reason why I use the helper function is because I don't want the workflow to keep creating, because after I run the code repeatedly, I don't want it to be creating the same kind of workflow repeatedly. So we just call have a for loop to just check if it has existed before, just retrieve. If it doesn't exist, create a new one. So the first thing is to create my workflow, and the most important thing in the workflow is the system prompt. Just the first line of prompt to let the agent know what is actually all about. So the next thing is to create an agent, and the agent is the one performing the action, the one that we are going to integrate the channels with, the one we are going to also have integrations like payment platform like Paystack or any platform that we actually want to integrate with the agent. So the first thing is to connect the agent with the workflow ID. Then the next is to create knowledge base, which I have so many knowledge bases, which I have performance property listing, Nollywood guide, neighborhood guide, buying guide, real estate frequently asked question, and also the scheduling protocol, actually using calendar to schedule with probably with a real estate. After actually wanting a house, you want to schedule a time to actually go for the viewing of the house, of the property that you want to buy. Then the next thing is I connected my channels and my integration on the dashboard, and then I also test. This is a simulation to actually use phone number to trigger a call. So but for now, I just test. I created my test code, and also have a WhatsApp link to just test. So the next thing is, I'm going to test this real estate agent, and then this is the deployment. I have a test code that I can test on WhatsApp and Instagram, but for now I think I'll be testing with the web chat widgets. And yes, so I'll be testing with the web chat widget that I already created. So okay, not this. So the widgets itself, which I already created. So very good. So the first thing is I want to test, and then I'll just come here and click, and then sorry, I've been testing. So the first thing is let me ask you what's your dream home. Definitely. So let me tell you, I'm looking for, mind you, I'm the one that actually inputted the, so this is not correct per se, but I inputted the information in the knowledge base. So let me test this, and then I'm looking for a 3-bedroom apartment. So it's going to tell me that okay, 3-bedroom apartment there's based on the amount I actually put, and the features status is available. So the listing falls within your budget. We like to schedule everything, but before we schedule, yes, but before we schedule, I want to check listings that are there. I want to check all the listings before we schedule. I want to check all the listings. I want to check on the listing. So it's going to take some time to actually see. So I don't want to go to the booking straight. I actually want to check the listings that we have. So just a little more time. Very good. So it's going to show me all the properties and all the building that fit your initial criteria. Very good. So yes, please. So I want to now schedule a viewing for this property. So to schedule, I'll need your full name and an email address. So Samuel, and then let me use my email address. So it's going to definitely check for slot and book an appointment for me. Also, if I want to talk to a woman, I can tell you that I want to talk to a woman. It's taking few minutes. Just few minutes now. Okay, good. So you can see it's telling me that I have a slot here on Monday, June 29, which is next week Monday, so 2 p.m. So yes, I want to confirm to schedule the consultancy for this time. So I'll just tell you I want to confirm, and it's going to take few time to. So this is a very good platform that can be used both on the customer side and also on the business side, that can be used for scheduling. And you just need to wake up and check your calendar, and you're going to see. So you couldn't schedule, so I asked you for an alternative method. Or let me just tell you that I want to speak to a woman. I want to speak to a woman, and then it's going to tell me that okay, woman will take over this. Yes, please. Yes, please. And I've already provided before. So but this is to show that the Python SDK or the BimpeAI SDK actually work. So this is to show that it works perfectly. You can say I can now, it shall schedule the meeting already.